Hey man, say man, live again. You already know who it is, your man Spanky Johnson. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the building, as always, live from an undisclosed location. Don't worry about where I'm at. Don't worry about what's in my cup, cause I'm not giving nobody no free promotion. I just don't do it. You know what I'm saying? But we can talk about that later. You know what I'm saying? But today, man, they be like, Spank, how you doing? Don't worry about that. Spank, how did you make it happen? It was God. Hey man, I got the exclusive, a one of one. And I really mean the one of one, cause ain't nobody else got this one right here, man, in the building today. I got my partner, my friend, my godly friend, my prayer friend, my everything. My friend, my G. I got Big Ash in the building, you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about.
What's
Hey,
up? What's up?
hey, another day we here above ground. We gonna start right there. Another day we here above ground,
Hey, man.
do what we do and live how we live, you know what I'm saying?
Amen.
So, we gonna get into the fire, get into the mix. You
Let's.
know what I'm saying? Let's get it going. Well, first off, for those who don't know, you know what I'm saying, we gotta let them know who you are, what you do, and why they should know who we are.
My name's Ashley Eccles. I am from Memphis. I am the fiance of Damian Wills, aka King Shoe. And been together, been rocking about 7 years. And I am a nurse. And yeah, let's get into it. I do some, I do a lot of, even though I don't like doing it, but I do step into the photography business and the acting business. Shout out to Snoop, shout out to Low Key, Heart of a Hustler 2 coming out. Can't wait.
Oh, wait. That sounds like we got a lot to dig into. We got a lot to dig into, you know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, we always have to start from the humble or not so humble beginnings. Wherever
Okay.
it start, everybody didn't have a silver spoon, you know what I'm saying? Some of us, we had the plastic forks and knives, you
Uh-huh.
know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They melted sometimes when the food was a little bit too hot. But with that being said, coming from Memphis, you know what I'm saying, to a place like, the Port Town, that Port Arthur, Texas, you know what I'm talking about. We go, like, what was a major difference? Because, they call us country like they call Memphis country. They say that, we got that country accent, we do all the country shit and all that. They say they do it too. I mean, did you find a big difference, or was it like, hey man, y'all basically the same, just, slang a little different?
Heck no. Y'all totally different.
Very
Like
different.
when I came out here, it was like more of very, very much so country to me. Like where we from, we don't know what boudin is. I've never heard of boudin until I got to Texas. Like I was like, what is boudin? And I've never heard of party times. We don't have party times. We call them hot links.
Oh, Zoomers.
Yeah, we
Well, that's
don't.
local. That's
Yeah,
local.
yeah, I don't know what Zumos is. I'm like, what is that? And they was like, oh, that's sausage. I'm like, no, it's hot links. Where's the hot links? So y'all sausage is totally different from what we was brought up eating. So
Well, I'm gonna say this, man. When we say, high link sausage, when you go to certain events, they gonna say hot links. You
it's
know what
hot
I'm saying?
links.
You know
It's
what I'm
not.
saying? But when you come to the hood, man, go get you some sausage and put it on the bread, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
But the hot links is totally different. It's a totally different look.
Indeed.
So it's like, what is Zumos?
Hey, that's look, that's a staple. That's a staple.
But I was introduced to it, the boudin and hot. I call it hot links. Y'all say party time, but it took a while for my accent to actually go away. Because before, everybody couldn't understand. It was like, she country. But I was here, there, where we going? Mine, we ain't going up there. Like,
Shit, Dallas talk just like that.
exactly. And Fort Worth.
Yeah,
Yeah, Fort Worth too. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just that, they hadn't been nowhere. That's all that was.
Yeah.
They hadn't been nowhere. They wasn't culturized yet. To hear some of that hurler, you know what
Yeah.
I'm talking about? Yeah, I got a few family members around
They
that
talk like
area,
that.
and they talk like that shit bad. I be like, famo. Like, I hear you. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Don't believe you don't have that accent, 'cause
Right.
you do. You know what I'm saying? So I feel that. So, you know what I'm saying? With that, all right, now, besides, like, food, you know what I'm saying? Was it any, like, other major differences that just kind of struck you at first? Like, hey, man, back home, maybe we don't have this, or they don't have, like, what we have back home, you know what I'm saying? Because, everywhere you go is different.
It was just straight country to me out here. Everything just looked like a sunny day road. Like, literally, it did. So, like, me coming from big city and coming out here, it was a major change to where it was kind of like basically traumatizing. 'Cause I'm like, I don't know where I'm at. This is not me. And yeah, my daddy,
So you was feeling like Dorothy. There's no place like home.
Literally.
Let me clap my little feet 3 times, and maybe I'll reappear.
Basically.
Me and Toto will be back home.
That's it.
I feel that. I feel you know how it is when we first leave from the crib,
Right.
go somewhere new and things like that. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Did you get the homesickness?
I got a lot. I got sick a lot. Homesick was just a major thing for me, and I would call my daddy all the time and tell him, I want to come home. Please make mama come back home. Like, I wanted to be home, but like I say, I think it was more of being born and being that I was born with a silver spoon in my mouth. Mommy gave everything. Daddy gave Ashley everything. So it was like baby cakes, baby cakes. So it was totally different coming from the environment that I was in to being out in Texas.
Oh, you went from Richie Rich to the hood.
Kind of, sort of, but Mama kept me, It was a humbling thing for me.
Humble piece of pie.
Oh, yeah.
We all get their
Yeah.
pieces of pie. Some people eat it. Some
Yeah.
people be like, man, push that to the side.
I literally wanted to push it to the side.
I'm glad you took that humble piece of pie.
I did.
It could have been. Listen, it's a lot of people right now wishing that
Yeah.
they ate that humble piece of pie
Yeah.
just to go through the experiences they needed to go through, see what they needed to see, and things like that.
Yeah.
But with that being said, you know what I'm saying? We can, since you say, you was spoiled and things like that, the silver spoon syndrome, what I'm talking about. Let's talk about the family background and things like that. How was it, siblings, I heard you say mom and dad, so we know that they was involved in the spoiling,
Yeah,
know
right.
what I'm talking about, which I understand that totally, because my little girl, man, that's my bully. that's my pocket tapper. All that. I ain't never got bullied till I met my 5-year-old child, like in full form. Like, all right. So, you know what I'm saying? Was with the family background, was it, hey man, if mama gets to tripping, I'm gonna run straight to my daddy.
Exactly, that's how I was.
I'm a daddy's girl.
I'm a daddy's girl, and it took a lot to not be daddy's girl. And coming from where we were, and me being the firstborn, and I went through life with him. But I will say I have nothing but the utmost respect when it comes to my mama, because if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be the woman that I am today.
Right.
Because if I'd have stayed in that spot of being, in that situation with them, I wouldn't be who I am. And that's the truth. Like, shout out to moms. Shout out to mama.
Sometimes
Salute.
we gotta get away from this, man. Gotta get away sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And again, like you say, thank God it did happen
Yeah.
the way it did because we never know what we could have been. You know what I'm saying? Like, when we kids, you know what I'm saying? We see our parents make certain moves. We see our parents do certain things and things like that. And
Yeah.
hey, man, we don't understand it. You know what I'm saying? We
Right.
looking at them crazy. Like, man, what y'all got going on? Not knowing that, you know, um, they're seeing behind closed doors.
Exactly.
That's a real live scene.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about? That's a real live scene. People don't understand that, especially in the black household. Man, your parents could be going through it up and down, man, but you might not know nothing.
No.
You might not know nothing.
No.
You might, oh man, mama, man, and daddy again.
Let me just go in the room. That's how I was.
Talk about it,
Yeah.
whatever, man. You know what I'm saying? Pop tripping. Mom about to whatever, and but again, behind closed doors, we never knew how terribly bad it was until it got to the point of separate houses.
Yes, and that's when everything dawned on me on how bad it was. But if it wasn't for her showing me, well, basically taking me away from that environment, I wouldn't have never known. Like daddy had my heart. So it was like, daddy, daddy, daddy. So why would you take me away from daddy? And for a long time, I was mad at my mama for taking me away from daddy, but not understanding I'm trying to give you a better life. And what my mama taught me is to always remain humble, no matter how much money you may have. Like, I mean, she made me understand that money does not define you.
Correct. And
Yeah.
it is the root of all evil.
It is.
We're learning that lesson because that's a life lesson learned when you go from living one way to living another way.
Right.
When things go from you seeing it being all good to stuff being all kind of messed up in your eyes, and you're not understanding it is for the greater good and things like that. Our parents didn't put everything in our faces and stuff like that, and they tried to shelter us away from a lot of things and stuff like that. Now, with the things you did go through with like your parents, family, and things like that, how does that, define your parents and then how you, work with your kids and stuff? Are you, like open, or your kids able to, come up to you and, hey, mama, this and that, because we wonder why kids do so much crazy things. A lot of kids really can't talk to their parents.
True. As you can see, like even on Facebook, anywhere, I don't disclose my kids like at all. Like I don't post them like all the time. I don't do none of that. It's not, and I don't have no harm foul in whoever do it. It's not me taking a dig at anybody, but I'm more of the parent of I'm gonna bring you up within God first. And if we're not gonna talk about God and we're not bringing God into the midst of whatever it is that you are fixing to progress yourself to, then it's not gonna progress. So I taught my kids on how to be humble and where they come from to where they are now. And the reason why they're so, and I can't thank God for better kids. I'm not a grandparent, thank God, and I mean, that's the truth. And I can't thank him for better kids. And I told my kids, once before, and they've seen me, like no matter what mama did or what mama went through, mama kept us right there. So it was like, I'm gonna show y'all the way. And that comes from my mama parenting. Like my mama, she taught me who God was. And heck, my sister, my middle sister, now mind you, I'm the oldest sister. I was out partying, but I'm not gonna lie, if it wasn't, for my middle sister and my mama, I wouldn't know who God was. But my sister one day was like, I'm going to church. And I was like, oh, okay, bye. And she was like, oh no, you gonna get up and you gonna go. And I was like, nah, I'm gonna get up and go. But she know I'm a hard head, so it didn't matter if she did tell me, go. I'm not going. So I just one day went, and ever since then, I've been going to the same church, and it changed my life.
Did they lay hands upon thee?
he knew me being honest, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I did not feel like there was really a God, and he didn't lay hands on me. What he and I don't to this day understand how he knew that, but I had been going to the church for about 8, 9 months, and I always sat to the back of the church, never wanted to sit up front. And he would sit, and he would always just sit, but he never would say anything. And one day, my pastor, I went up, and I don't know what it was. I went up front, and he looked at me. He came in front of me, and he said, he said, God is real. And I just broke down crying, and he was like, don't ever doubt God. God is real. And after that, I've always just believed because of the simple fact of the things that I have yet to have even stated to him about my life that he stated to me.
Hey.
Yeah.
I got hands laid upon thee.
Yeah.
Yeah, they threw the cover on me and everything. I couldn't move.
Well,
Hey, look, man. Hey, God is my witness, man. Look here, man. Look. So, I went to a church, you know what I'm saying? You know me being me, been to a church and everything like that. And, they was up in there giving that word. Now, me being who I am, I was right there listening. But I'm listening.
Yeah.
And I just got my head down like this. But, you know, I'm into it and stuff like that. And out of my, peripheral, I just seen 3 sets of feet in front of me. You know what I'm talking about? I'm like, yo, what's
who was it?
Hey, I look up, you know what I'm saying? Hey, it had to been the 3 archangels standing in front of me. You know what I'm saying? It was the first lady and 2 other brothers. Look here. So she came up to me. She was like, "It's something over you." But she was like, "Oh, 1 second." Hey man, that lady pushed me. And the first time she pushed, I was like, okay,
She pushed you?
Like she gave me that, like
okay.
be one.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like I push it up out of you, my child. I'm like, okay, I feel that.
Okay.
I feel that, So then she did it again. And I didn't resist. It's like my body resisted.
Yeah.
And she was like, one more time. Whoo! Hey, she pushed me. They guided me down, and look here. They threw the covers over me, man. They binded me. Look here, I couldn't move for a couple of seconds. I was like, yo.
Different experience, huh?
It was a different experience. And so, I was like, man, this can't be. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking this can't be.
Oh, yeah.
So, bam, like, I was down for a few minutes. I tell this story, God is my witness. I was down for a few minutes. I couldn't. So I just sat there with my eyes closed. I finally, opened up my eyes, sat back up and all that. So about 10, 15 minutes later, they got us to stand up again. Hey, and they was having people, break through the wall. You break through that wall. She was pushing them through that wall like you had your breakthrough. And me, myself, I was sitting on my row minding my business. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
She was like, brother, you stay right there. I got something for you. No, you stay right there. It's something over you. I see something over. And I'm like, I wasn't really going to move and get pushed through the wall anyway.
Right.
But, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, hey, man, they called me to the front. When they called me to the front, hey, the lady started speaking up on me, but she spoke some things that you got to know me to know. And then she did it again. She pushed me down to the floor again, and they threw the covers over me, and I was stuck.
Ooh.
Again, they laid hands upon thee.
Amen.
I was different when I came up out of there. I was like, I had to call some people like, hey, man, the presence of the Lord is within thee. I was already there, but I'm just saying, I ain't never, ever
Experienced
had
it
nothing like that happen before, you know what I'm saying? So I can feel you when you say, stuff like that has happened and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And I gotta tell people, that's just one. That's a recent situation happened. You know. What
Wow.
I'm saying? One of my throatest situations that happened to me, and I tell people this is something small, but it's something big. Hey man, I was hungry one day.
Yeah.
I'm talking about dog down starving.
Right.
I ain't called nobody. I wasn't asking nobody for nothing. Hey man, I just walked out. At that time, I was staying with my people, staying in their crib. Nobody there, man. And we really was all at odds ends too, so I wasn't in asking nobody for nothing anyway. Man, all I could do was get down and ask God for something to eat, man. And when I got up, my phone rang. My homeboy called me. He was like, "Hey man, I just got some pizza. You wanna eat?"
Oh,
You know
that's
what I'm
so
talking
sweet.
about?
Yeah.
And till this day, that's my story. That's one of my testimonies.
Right.
They're like, "Hey, my man's is real, man."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We've been through some things. We made it through. So yeah, my man's is real. Some of us just linger.
That's true.
And we don't allow him to work. We was all blind at one time, but
Yeah.
we wake up to see.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I was blind for years, and it took a lot, for me to just like sit and I'm not even gonna lie, just me bowing down to the Holy Spirit. Like, it took a lot. And one day, now that you sit there and you say it, one day my pastor he was in the presence of the Lord, and he just kept speaking, and he called me up, and I wasn't going up front, and he spoke, and when he spoke, I hear him, and he said, "Your life is about to be slow and easy. The woman of God that you are fixing to become is fixing to be slow but easy." And I just remember him touching my head, and I fell out. That was it.
Laid hands upon thee.
Yeah. And they said, and I asked, I was like, "What did he do?" They say, "He just touched your temple." I was like, dang.
Hey, man.
Yeah, he did.
Hey, that's all I can say.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's all I can say. It's like, hey, man, so yes, I really do feel you with that. You know what I'm saying? I really do to the point of, hey, man, it ain't no denying. So, yes. Hey, man, y'all give us 2 minutes. We gonna have a quick fill our cup recess, man, and we coming right back. And we about to get to the real nitty gritty. You know what I'm talking about?
Hey, shout out Spank Littles Productions, man. Let's get it.
All right, man. We back at it. Quick little break, had to refill our cup. And I'm gonna be on. Look, I'm gonna give one person promote Stella. That's Stella Cruella. I gotta give Stella some promotion because Stella, I don't know, man. She done did it for the hood. Stella done did it for the hood so many times. I done had some nights I couldn't afford the hen or none of that other stuff. And Stella was like, "Here I am. If you want to be cheap tonight, with something that tastes a little good."
But I like Stella though. That's like all I really be want to drink.
I actually like Stella.
Yeah.
I'm a wine sipper, and I don't really care about the names and all that.
Yeah.
A lot of them nasty than the motherfucker anyway. Yeah, we gonna just be honest. I drank some of that Snoop shit, and that shit was disgusting.
Oh God! But when you drink just a glass of it, you feel ooh.
Yeah, that's probably wine. Yeah. Yeah, that shit disgusting.
It's very much so.
It's
very
a
disgusting.
few of them. Like, man, I took a trip and went and drank some, man, and it's supposed to be a high-selling wine, but I'm like, man, who in the fuck
Which
drinking
one?
this? It's like a dog. Man, if I get the name of it, or if I see
God.
the bottle, I'm gonna get it to you, man. I'm gonna get it to you, man. But now that we done, broke the ice on these motherfucking cups, let's get to talking about some nitty gritty what y'all came for, because I know all you nosy motherfuckers here for one thing. Y'all nosy. That's why y'all here. You know what I'm saying? If we was talking educational purposes, y'all would be seeing y'all country asses somewhere else. I love y'all though, man, for being here with your boys. So, you know what I'm talking about. With that being said, hey, man, how long? Because they know. So, how long were you, well, not were you, how long did you know, or when were you first introduced to KingShoo, and from that point, when did y'all become a couple and things like that?
Ooh, that's spicy. Let me.
Let me hit my drink on that one.
All right, we finna be honest, right? All right.
About to be honest.
Not saying no names, but how it even happened was I met him. I didn't know who Ash-KingShoo was. So when I was introduced to Ash-KingShoo, I was like, who is KingShoo? And it was like, we going to his leaving. He had something in Houston. And at the time he was, doing his thing, but we weren't like nothing. I was introduced to him by somebody that I was actually dating. And I shook his hand, but that was it. I was like, and then after that, that environment and what I seen, it was so many, I've never seen so many people in red. Mind you, he a Crip. So I'm looking at, it had to be over 100 people because they bought the main event out. And so all I see is the same shirts, but everybody has red on. So it was like it was a big movement, really and truly, to see him get so many people together as Bloods and Crips, and they were in one vicinity together, just enjoying each other. So after I seen it, I looked at the person I was like, no, we gotta go. This ain't it. But afterwards, we left there and we were supposed to go to a club, the strip club, matter of fact. It was called Dreams. And we ended up not going in, and we went home. But after that, I never knew anything about him. Maybe like 2 years later, I guess he was following me on Instagram, and I didn't know who he was. And heck, I was living my life. I ain't care nothing about him. And he inboxed me and was like, what's your name? And I was like, my name Ashley. He was like, so who you for? Who you for, Miss Ashley? I say, God. What you mean, who I'm for? God. Nobody.
God.
Yes, and he was like, righteous. That's his favorite little quote. And then after that, we started talking through Instagram for a minute. Then it went to us texting. And then when we were texting, I'm not gonna lie, I still wasn't feeling him. And he was different from what I'm used to, So I was like, I'm just gonna entertain this little conversation, but I ain't trying to be with him. That's how it was. So like afterwards, maybe like 2 months later, I met up with him. He was actually at his mom's house, and I was like, okay, I'll met up with him. I still didn't like him. Look, what?
They say first impression wasn't your best impression.
No, I just didn't. It was just more of like, I was so in tune with myself and focused on myself. I hadn't dated in 2 years.
Okay.
So it was like me being by myself, like I didn't want to date nobody. We can talk, but nothing else. And when I met him, it was totally different. So it took a while. And then like when we started dating, which was in December of 2019. And when we started dating, everybody was everybody was like, you dating KingShoo? I'm like, I don't know that man like that. But they telling me about who he is, and I'm like, I don't really care about who he is, because at the end of the day, like, I'm not around him like that. He was living in Houston. I'm living in Port Arthur. So it was like, I didn't care what he was doing. It was whatever. So like 6 months later, I kind of took it serious with him. But then again, I was still telling him, I don't want to be with you. Just don't want to be with you. I just don't. And He never stopped. It was like one of them people that just don't stop. And he kept going. And that's how we were introduced. That's how I met him. Yeah. It's bad, but it's the truth. I'm going to be honest. That's how we met.
Hey man, you know, look. It's our past.
Yeah.
We've made it past it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, we all had our humble and unhumble beginnings. You
Yes.
know what I'm talking about? So we go, you know, we just keeping it real.
Right.
You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Hey, that's just what
That's the truth.
That's just
Sorry.
what it is.
Yeah.
You know. Not at all times our first impression is our best impression.
Right.
You know, sometimes it takes maybe a second, third, maybe fourth or fifth, if you're lucky to get there.
6th, 7th.
You see what I'm saying? Some people not even lucky to
Right.
get there. You
That's
know
true,
what I'm
that's true,
saying?
that's true.
Soon as you get mad, it's, hey man, like, nah, man, you go this way and I'm gonna go this way.
Right.
You know?
And that's how it was. Like, but I think what attracted me towards him was his heart for others. And when I seen that, that's when I was like, okay, maybe it is, you know, a little something there. Maybe I can grow into liking him. And so I started kind of like hanging around him. But when I did, I'm being honest, me being the person that I was, me going into his world was totally different for me. So that world, I was like, what in the heck? Like, that's not my world. Like that. So it's like I was battling with myself, like, you know, because I know who I was a firm believer in God. And seeing the things that I had came from, it was kind of like I wasn't balancing myself at all.
You losing yourself.
There you go.
Hey, you know, when you say something like that, and we gonna go back to what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I had a past situation where, you know, dating someone, you see them losing themselves to become more for you, but you know, you losing yourself.
Right.
You gotta kind of stop that.
There you
know
go.
What I'm saying? That's a dangerous thing. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't stop themselves. You know what I'm saying? Until it's too late.
It was dangerous for me.
You know
It
what I'm
was. Me being honest, it took a lot. And I can't lie. I've been through a lot. And that's questions you can ask me, you know. But I've been, you know, certain questions, I'm going to answer them, you know that. But at the end of the day, like the certain things that I have been through, and I can say that was that I had one best friend, like when I say he remained like in my corner, like no matter what it wasn't about him being in the middle of anything. It was more of I have to motivate her because I could tell she's losing herself. Like I did not like me and everything about me I hated about myself. Like it was like, I'm ugly. I'm fat. I'm just not good enough for nobody. And he seen, you know, even though he was quiet, but he seen me losing myself. And that broke him. It broke him because he's never seen me like that. And he was like, hey, I gotta, you know, you're beautiful. Stop saying that about yourself. And like one day he just went off. And was like, stop saying that about yourself. And I'm crying. I'm crying and I'm heartbroken. He like, no. You better learn who you are. And still to this day, he still tell me the same thing. Know who you are. So I gotta respect him on that.
Got to. We gotta know who we are before anything. You know what I'm saying? And you know, especially like like you say, you know, coming from you know simple living life you was living to getting involved with a P-Shoo and you know what comes with it, the street side, you know, shooting, being into the gang life, penitentiary life, and all that. So that's a battle that you know you being on his side, you gotta face too. You know what I'm saying? As in the people that feel some way about them and things like that. I know that comes to you at times. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not directly, but indirectly, somebody might try to, come towards you or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Also, when you date somebody got a name and stuff like that,
Yeah.
everything comes with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Honestly.
Beef, drama,
Yeah.
mess. We not talking about like, the super deep stuff. We talking about the stuff that, you see every single day. And especially when you date somebody and either they got a name or you someone that people trying to get at, it's gonna always be
Yeah.
that everyday battle. It's a struggle and a battle, and I know, things come with that. Not everything peaches and cream. Shit get hard.
Yeah.
You always have interferences and stuff like that. So, you know, how can you elaborate with that to the people about like, it's, being yourself, like you say, you was doing you, but for sure you set that aside so that, you can stand by.
Right.
And with all that, what's some of the challenge, like, some of the challenges that came with that, some of the things and battles you've had to face where that you want the people to know, because again, we got the nosies up in here right now, so I'm talking about some of the battles and things and stuff like that
Right.
that you face and things and ways well, we'll get into that part, but what's some of the battles that you face and some of the things that you had to come against with dating a P-Shoo?
At the time, I'll be honest, he was lost without knowing that he was lost. He was in this world of believing what he was doing was correct. So I understood what, his past and what he had been through. But at the end of the day, he didn't understand that your past is affecting me because you're taking your past out on me. And so it was hard for me because this is somebody that I actually do love, and I had to face being humiliated in front of everybody. Like everybody knew that, okay, that's his girl, but he ha ha jokes on her because I'm, this is who I'm with. Yeah, I'm messing with him. It was different. It was a lot of them, but I had to deal with the emotionally unavailable Shoo. I had to deal with penitentiary thinking Shoo. I dealt with playing outside Shoo. So it's basically like the devil's playground.
Right.
And I didn't want to be in the devil's playground. But for him, I stepped into his world to figure out who he really was. And when I stepped into his world, that world I hated.
Right.
I wouldn't go back for the life of me. But he never took the time to step into my world and let me see who she is. The only thing that he knew was I love her and I don't want her to go nowhere, but I'm gonna still mess with this one. But you stay here. I want you implanted right here. But let me go mess with this one. And it was like more of it became where I started letting it happen. I'm not gonna lie, I started letting it happen. I've never done that. And when I started letting it happen, and when I became to where I was like, no, you're gonna give me my respect, it became where it was hidden. And it was so many. And I remember the day that it was actually caught. And he's caught, and it never stopped him. That's when I knew I was dealing with him playing in the devil's playground. And it was to a point to where, it was time for me to move around. And I left for probably about 2 months. And when I left for the 2 months, I didn't care what he did, but you came and you found me. And when you came and found me, I'm thinking you are a changed person. And don't get me wrong, he has a great heart for others. But he wasn't ready to be the man that I needed him to be.
Right.
So I went through a lot of women.
Yeah. So it's like you say, you left for 2 months.
Right.
Sometimes I gotta leave you to make you understand things.
Still didn't understand.
Still didn't understand.
No.
Again, like you say, you went through the battles of, these women and stuff, and like you say, at one point in time, you was letting it just go on.
Right.
Which we know that's a poison.
It is.
Because it don't matter who it is, when you give somebody enough time to keep doing what they're doing, no matter what it is, whether it's coming home in the time of night, just treating you any kind of way,
right.
Disrespecting you. If you let them do it long enough, they get comfortable. So it's like it's not really wrong in their eyes anymore.
There you go.
Because hey man, my other half or whoever it might be supporting me, they cool with this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's, you really become, in a situation like that, you really become like a yes man.
Yes, and that's what it had became. And it wasn't like I was, I put it like this, I was around women that I didn't know that he was messing with. Like, it was never where it was disrespectful to where, oh yeah, you see her. I never knew. And it was like, I can't stop him. So it was where, it was nothing I could do. So it was like, I can't stop him. I just gotta let him be. Let him do what he do. But in the midst of me letting him do what he do, I found self-discipline because there's so many things that I could have done. Oh my gosh. But if it wasn't for me trying to show him what real love was, because I knew that he didn't know what real love was, I tried to show him, like, this is real love. I'm trying to show you that I actually do love you. It took years of me losing myself in the process of me showing him what real love was, to where I started seeing myself not being the happy person. I became where I was angry all the time. I literally couldn't stand to be around him. And that came from the hurt and the pain that I went through. But he's, like I said, he's a very unemotional man. So this is somebody that you can't get him to sit there and say, I'm sorry. You got to deal with that hurt on your own. And I struggle with that because I've never seen him just stand out and, without me talking to him and just say, hey, babe, I know I caused you a lot of pain and I'm sorry. I know you're broken. I know that, you're losing yourself or you lost yourself, but I'm sorry because I should have been more self-disciplined. Right. A man that is self-disciplined is a dangerous weapon. And it's not too many out here that are self-disciplined. Right. That's a very, very attractive trait to a woman. Right. And it doesn't matter how many men or women, whatever, that want to date me. I'm a self-disciplined woman. I want you. And I ask myself this all the time. Why couldn't you be that? What was so hard about it? You're here now, and so you went through all these different women, and you went through hurting me, but you're still right there with me. So what was the point?
What was the point? What was you chasing?
It was nothing to chase. You were chasing a lifestyle of devilment and not knowing that you're chasing that lifestyle. It was leading you down a road of destruction.
When you don't, and see, which again, when you comfortable with doing wrong, it don't matter what it is, and it ain't enough influence telling you that you doing wrong.
Everybody around it was yes.
You go ride with it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When it comes stuff like that, like you say, man, and myself, all of us, we've all had our wild days.
Yeah.
But we all had to get past them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Again, some people just more lucky than others to have those who stand by them and be like, hey, man, I'm riding with you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you fucking up, but I'm still right with you. That's like that best friend you have that, hey, man, You fucking up.
Mm-hmm.
I know that you're a good person. I know this, I know that, but bruh, you putting me in these positions. You putting me in this position to have to do this. You putting me in this position to have to do this or say that.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And when you a person of, I don't really be out there with all that stuff like that, people kind of take your kindness and the fact, and it really ain't that they taking your kindness, they taking your silence.
Right.
For this person don't know this, they don't see this, is this, and that. You know what I'm saying? When you see it, you see what it is, you know what it is, you just go about handling it your way. Again, some people, again, when we allow people to do things, we gotta remember that it's also gonna be consequences with it.
Right.
And when you try to break, when you try to break people out of habits that they've been able to create on their own, you know what I'm saying, with themselves, for a long time, it's like talking to a brick wall.
Yeah, it was like that. I mean, I've been with him almost 7 years. It's been a brick wall for 5.5 years.
I got one for you. I got a homeboy.
Uh-huh.
My homeboy gonna watch this and you know what I'm talking about. My homeboy told his cousin, hey man, and this was out the kindness of his heart. He was like, hey fam, you this age now. You got kids, you got grandkids. Don't you think you might want to stop smoking crack and all that?
Yeah.
And he looked him bold face in his face and told him, well, hey man, you smoke weed?
Huh?
All right then.
Okay.
So
That's totally different though.
It's very. So when a person has got so comfortable.
Right.
You again, you can't tell them nothing.
No. And
because you telling them something is like you trying to stop the fun, take them out their vibe of who they are, which I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to stop you from before you hurt yourself.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was put here to stop you before you hurt yourself. Allow me to do that.
I don't at first he didn't understand it. It was like more of like I told him, God put me in your life for a reason. Because honestly, I did not like you. No, that's the truth. And for me to be in your life and you to sit and coming from somebody that is showing you a different way of life, and he felt like I was trying to control his narrative. And I'm not trying to control your narrative. I don't even want your narrative. I'm just trying to show you a different way of life. You don't have to go about being around in clubs and doing this and doing that. I mean, I'm gonna speak on it because my pain gonna be somebody's gain. And for the first time, I'm actually speaking on it. Like I've never ever spoke on anything that has happened between. I've always been a silent person, and I go through the pain by myself. You'll see me on the streets or in a store, wherever, and you'll see me smiling the whole time I'm hurting. And that's just who I am. And I'm a person that I don't like to put my relationship in the public eye.
Right.
So I'm not gonna go on Facebook and you know what I mean? I'm gonna just keep it silent. But he know what's going on.
Right, and which we know the public.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We know how the public is and how their perception of everything is. They have to take their perception and bring it here, bring it there, and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As soon as they see y'all or see you here, see him there, something coming up, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that would be, so, with that, how would you say, because, being regular, when you date a regular average Joe and stuff like that, it's more so, hey, man, people see y'all, it's whatever, and, y'all going about y'all business.
Yeah.
For somebody to actually be in y'all business, y'all gotta have,
Right.
You gotta really have something going on.
Right.
They gotta, have something that they want something, you know, it gotta be something for them to gain. Or
Right.
feel like they gaining, because a lot of people do shit feeling like they gaining it, man. You ain't gaining shit.
Right.
You really look stupid. So, being with Shu and the stuff that he has going, you know, with people know him and things like that, you know, how would you say life is? Do it come with, like, and when I say, you know, besides what y'all face inner, you know, between one another, but the outer battles, like the people that just come, the people that feel like, hey man, they gotta try to put their foot in, you know, where they fit in, where y'all let and things like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. With that, being honest, shoe world and my world, in like as far as like being in the public eye, I'm not a public eye person, as you can see. He's more of the public eye, and most of the things, me, I'm more like this. Let's just say men are beefing, and let's just say he beefing with somebody. I would never know. That part about him, he keeps me out of, like, and I feel like this. I'm more of the type, you go out there and you be, you know, on your little podcast, and you know, you're doing your podcast shows, you're doing your thing. Utmost respect, and I support him, but I will not go. You can't get me to go. So I keep that world separate from my world.
Right.
And that's because that's not what I want to do. And he had to understand that himself, you know, like, okay, she doesn't want to be around stuff like this. This is not who she is. I'm a homebody. I like home, I like going to church, and I like going to work. That's it. Like, I used to be all out, but I'm more of a homebody. So it's like that world of, I only see it on the internet.
Right.
Like his podcast interviews and stuff, he tells me that he has them, but I only see them on the internet. I'm never there. Like, Tello may be there. Shout out to Tello. Tello, Baby Queen, you know, they are in that meeting. Shout out to Queen. Love you to death, baby. Love you, sis. She is one, they do their thing together. Everybody, you know, because of them being such a big public eye person. Me, I'm more of behind the scenes. You know, you'll never know. Like, I think I only went to, I've been to one that him and Tello did together, and I've been to Queen's when she did her rap economics. And I was behind the scenes the whole time.
Right,
And I was just looking at her just going, yes, yes, yes. But I'm just not a public eye person.
And with that, you know, people try to use that shit, you know what I'm saying? Oh man, you don't see such and such, you don't see such and such, and this and that.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? With that, how do you go about, you know what I'm saying, handling things like that when, cause I know people come at you with the sideways shit cause they don't see you on the scene or because you'd rather be out, and you know, for a lot of y'all really need to take game and listen, man. It ain't meant for everybody to be on the scene. People force themselves to go on the scene and wound up doing shit they don't have no business doing sometimes. It wasn't meant for you to be over here. This not your type. Like, I have people that it ain't that I don't take them with me places. It's I know they not trying to be in these places. This is not them. They support everything, but when it comes to being in these type of environments, they go tell you straight up, hey fam, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. That ain't me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, let me go this way. You know what I'm saying? And that's understood.
Yeah.
It ain't no beef, it ain't nothing, it ain't no, man, we ain't cool, you know, this, and that is, hey man, my people understand that, hey, I'm over here, I gotta do this. They over here handling this on this end. Which people don't even pay attention enough to see that, you know, on the back end.
Yeah.
You getting this, and this hand.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They rather though call out the bad or feel like as soon as they see this or you know what I'm saying, see you on the internet or whatever like that, see Shu on the internet or whatever like that, they gotta comment or say this. See y'all together, they got something to say and shit like that. And I'll be like, well, you know, what's stopping y'all from being in these same type of positions? You know what I'm saying? That y'all
Right.
gotta hate or try to come in between all this. Again, with you not being on the scene, they feel like, you know, they gotta try to find a way to get you on the scene and things like that. Whether it be everyday people in the streets, bloggers or whatever like that. And we know what it is. It's more so I gotta get the drama.
Right. And I think it was, she a hot commodity when it comes to podcast shows. So it's more of like, he done shouted me out a couple of times in some of them, but I'm more of the type I don't want to be seen. And even though, I mean, it's been a lot of them reached out like, I want you to talk. I want to talk to you. Are you KingShoo's girlfriend? I want to talk to you about. No, I'm not ready for that. And the reason why I started now, and the reason why I came and I said, okay, I will do yours. It took time for me to heal. I had to heal first. I wasn't a healed person, and if I'm not healed, then I can't tell my story.
Right.
So if I can't tell my story right, then why would I go on a podcast? Because that means that I'm going to go on this podcast show. I'm going to be angry. I'm going to say things that I shouldn't say. I'm going to be bitter.
Plus, they looking to target that.
And they want me to defame his character. I'm not going to defame his character. Now, everybody knows what you did in the streets as far as with women. I mean, it was seen. And it sure wasn't hidden. It's everywhere.
Well,
So
they know that y'all have had problems, but the
Yeah.
thing is, that's what they want to embark on. That's what they want to stay on.
Yeah.
They not go see what's really going on. You know what I'm saying? Like you say, to defame the character. You know what I'm saying? And you defaming his character would be like defaming yourself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because now they about to find every reason
Right.
to call you crazy, call you this, call you that. So now I totally understand.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you say, you don't want to, nobody, I mean, not just you, but nobody, period. You should never do nothing, when you hurt, because you never know.
you never know
what
what'll
you
come
gonna
out your mouth.
You know what I'm saying? What's going to come out, and then later on, you going to be like, man, I was just mad. And I ain't even tripping on that.
And you're full of
now
regret.
And now it's everywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now you really got to
Right.
swallow, you know what I'm saying, that pill.
Right.
You done let your pride get the best of you and all this.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? Now you gotta swallow that pill.
Right.
So I feel you totally. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, it's more when it comes down to it, you know that, Shoo being in the light and things like that. Again, people gonna wanna know when y'all doing good, bad, especially when y'all doing bad.
They'll
or
never
we
know.
Doing bad. You know what I'm saying? That's their motto. That's what they live for. Their murder operandi. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is, right? I just give these facts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got people that's really more invested in that than they are themselves.
Right. And, I've had like lots of friends concerned about me because of the simple fact that they seen me not being the person that I used to be. And I understood, their concerns. I mean, some of my friends, they were pissed. Like, they like, this ain't you. And, I just totally lost myself. I've lost friends due to the fact of it, like, because they couldn't stand to see me go through so much. And like, they literally like, I don't want to be your friend. And I'm like, what you mean? They're like, I can't be your friend. And I can't do nothing but respect them because they told me, because I can't sit here and watch you continue to hurt.
Yeah, man.
So it became where I lost a lot of friends, and to this day, I still love them. And I never say anything bad about them, not one thing. But, I mean, it came with a lot when it came with Shoo. I didn't know. And a lot of people thought that I knew, but I didn't know so much came with him. The only person I knew was the good-hearted person that I had seen. So for 6 months, that lifestyle was hidden from me. So I didn't know. So he had already had me kind of wrapped after me seeing, and here it is, you know.
Already done.
Yeah, it was a person impersonating something that they knew that I wanted. So basically, I was love bombed. I was love bombed. That's the truth. Hey,
Hit me with the 52 faker.
yes,
Hey man, listen.
He hit me with
all
it.
I can say is this, man.
it's the truth.
What it is, you know, when you get with someone, hey man, you don't, especially if it's somebody you dig and you fuck with, and you know you got that rugged style and you ain't trying to show them that shit.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
It's like, hey man, and 9 times out of 10, cuz probably went to his people and was like, hey man, I can't let baby see this side of me, man.
He did.
Exactly.
He did. He did a
Exactly.
couple of times. Like he couldn't. He was like, I can't let her see that because he knew.
Yes.
But then when,
yes, we've all been there.
Right.
We've all been like, hey man, look, man, baby ain't been around this type of stuff, man.
Right.
So I know nothing about this.
No,
man.
no.
Matter of fact, when she come around, my nigga, y'all don't even smoke nothing, my nigga. Drink some water, my nigga, baby. Don't
Literally.
drink. Yeah. Let's change it up real quick,
Right.
cuz. Yeah, I feel you.
Yes.
I figure you. I feel you to the utmost.
Yeah. So like when that lifestyle, when it started coming about, because God don't sleep. That's one thing. So when everything started coming out and it started being seen all up into the years, it was more, I didn't know who I was no more. It was like I was a walking zombie. And that is the worst thing to be, is a walking zombie. When you start looking at life like, is this life? Like,
Walking
that's how
no
I felt.
purpose.
Yeah. And I felt like I had no purpose and I had no vision. Like I've never been where, and I've always been a person to have vision and understand things, and I could put together a storyline or anything for you. I had got to where I didn't even know anything. It was just like I was just working and I was a zombie.
See, that's the and walk. Hey man, walking without a purpose is very dangerous.
Right.
That's a very dangerous thing to do. Like people don't understand that.
Yeah.
Like it's a lot of people that around you could be around you that you don't even know are actually really walking around without no purpose in life. You know what I'm saying? So to catch yourself,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, and remove yourself
Yeah.
from that, you know what I'm saying, is a damn good thing.
Yeah.
Because again, it's a lot of people that don't know that they walking without a purpose.
Right. And it took for me to divide myself to figure out, okay, this is my purpose. And I didn't figure that part out until probably about 2025 at the beginning. And I started knowing who I was and who I am in God. And I was reminded, like I said, shout out to Bestie. He reminded me that every day, you know, who I was. And I stepped into my purpose and I understood who my assignment with God. And I knew that it was a testimony and a story that needed to be told. But he said, I can't let you tell that story until you're healed, because you don't want to, if I'm not healed, I can sit here and tell you this story right now and then go home and then sit there and be cussing him out, going out, just being,
Well,
crazy.
I mean, you couldn't tell the story if you wasn't here, because the story wouldn't be complete for you to be able to tell.
It wouldn't.
You know what I'm talking about?
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Hey, we just go keep it 20 stacks. A lot of us be feeling like we somewhere, but we really not.
That's true.
And we force shit. When you force it, and we know that we force some
Right.
things, you know what I'm saying? Like, again, that's why we put ourselves in fucked up situations.
Yeah.
We ask God about certain things happening. God, basically, I'm telling you, if the man could talk, if the man decided to talk like we talk, he'll tell you, hey man, nah, I showed you this, gave you this, showed you this, showed
Yeah.
you that. But your smart ass decided to do this, and do that. Listen to yourself, and guess what happens?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. And that's basically what happened. But I had to let it wasn't me completely letting him go, but I had to stop. You got to stop worrying about what he's doing. You got to worry about you.
Your inner
So
peace.
yeah, so in order for me to do that, I had to focus on me, and I started solely focusing on God, me, my children. And if he didn't get on board with it, then that was fine and dandy with me, and I felt peace in my heart, like, okay,
Right.
if he don't get on board, that's fine, he can go. But it, it was like a switch in him, and I don't know where that switch came from,
Right.
and but it was a switch, and we have a
Look here, well, we talk a lot of shit, but we know when we ain't trying to lose some good, girl.
we're still working on a lot, but I can say he's not who he used to be. That's the good thing about it. Like at first it was terrible. It was bad, and like I said, I didn't know who I was.
Habits always hard
Right.
to break. It's once you break them, not going back to them and stuff. That's like an addict relapsing.
Mhm.
You fought so hard to get away from it. Try not to go back to it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what it really is. You been trying so hard to get away from this person who you was or who the and it's more so who the people expecting you to be and shit like that. Not the person who you are, but who the person the people expecting you to be. The person the people don't know the person. They
Right.
know the character.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? The people don't know you deep down inside. They just know what they can see or
Yeah.
what they want to see. You know what I'm saying? They hear a few stories and they feel like, well, man, it's the person I'm supposed to be seeing and stuff like that. That's how people do with their favorite music artists and, you know what I'm saying, favorite celebrities and shit. I done seen this with this the person you're supposed to be. Come to meet this person, find out this ain't that person
Right.
at all. They on something totally different.
Yeah. And that's how it is with him. And he has to understand, like, you're Damien when you walk in the house. You are not P-Shoo. You're not King-Shoo. You're not none of them. You're not Real from the Trio. You're not none of that. You Damien. So you have to decipher between the two. But like I told him, like, him being who he is and him being such a, big commodity of the city or whatever, it's okay for me. Just long as you sit and when you walk in this house, you Damien.
Yeah, cut it out.
Yeah, you gotta turn it off before you get out the car. I don't care if you gotta strip out the clothes, but you can't walk in here and be P-Shoo.
Yeah, check
No,
that ego at
right?
the door.
Yeah, all the time. But he's gotten better with learning and processing and learning the woman that I am. And it takes a lot because like I say, I'm dealing with somebody that's emotionally unavailable. And it's hard for him to show emotion. He don't show no emotion.
Hey man, I tell people this, for black men, one thing I can say, growing up, man, we was taught, and that's a habit that, we've got to break ourselves, but we were taught, but it was like, um, basically trained into us, like basically don't, to be a mo, cause like we couldn't trip about nothing coming up, man. You hurt yourself, oh boy, quit all that crying.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody made you, man, what you mad for? You know what I'm saying? A lot of us grew up in them type of like, even with myself in relationships I done been in, and I try to make that, understood that, man, I ain't grow up in that, man, we show emotion stuff. It was, hey, man, it happened, suck it up, go on to the next.
Oh.
And that's something that we lock in. So you might hear a lot of niggas say, man, it ain't that I don't want to be emotionless. It's just that shit I don't know how. I never been because again, growing up, it was, hey, man, you a man. You know what I'm saying? I can't tell you how many times I done heard it. Hey, boy, you a man, suck that up, man. This happened, man. You a man, let that shit go. You know what I'm saying? And uh, when it didn't happen so much, or when you go through it so much, again, you just trying to go that way. Like, oh man, this shit happened. All right, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, shout out Spank Littles Productions, man. Let's get it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Real quick commercial break, but now we back at it, talking about your past and just learning how to show emotions and things like that. A lot of us didn't learn how to do. You know what I'm saying? And now that we're grown and older and things like that, us as men, we gotta do better at. You know what I'm saying? Being vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? Being vulnerable. I feel you.
Right.
Man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Again, I again know that's just a little something that we battle, that we all gotta come into agreements that what I'm saying. Hey man, that needs to be fixed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I say that before anything. That's why I say I don't take no sides and nothing like that. We all got shit we gotta work on.
That's mental. Mental, like, that's why I said a lot of women, like I said, men are taught to work, provide, show no emotion. That's not right. It shouldn't be that way because men have feelings too. They get tired, they get stressed, we're not the only ones that are tired and stressed because they have to be those providers. So they go out there and they have to do what they have to do to make sure that home is taken care of. And you never know what that man is going through mentally at work. So me, as a woman, and I know plenty of women that probably do, you have to ask your significant other, how are you today? How was work? Let that offer you. It don't matter even if you give him a back rub, a massage for the day, you gotta be at your giving stage and at your emotional stage as well. It's not just about you as a woman, it's about the man too.
Hey man, that's a 50-50 thing
Right.
there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Y'all hearing that from a woman. That's a 50-50 thing. Y'all
Right.
hearing that from a woman. So y'all can't say, Spank, man, you up on there talking about this and that. And Spank, nigga, you talking about only from a man's point of view. No, nigga. You hearing that from a woman saying that, so I don't want to hear nothing. I'm just saying, again, that's why I say I'm working on some things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You don't get there.
I am. With the help of Stella, I am.
Oh gosh, look. They have this book that I read, and it's called The Four Agreements.
Mm-hmm.
Very special book to me. And when I do get to the point to where I am feeling any kind of way, I always go back to that book, and I'll go back and I'll read it again. Best book I ever read in my life.
That's what I'm talking about.
So
and what it's called again?
It's called The Four Agreements.
The Four Agreements.
Right.
Y'all, if y'all readers, y'all heard that. The Four Agreements. Make sure y'all go grab it. It's a
Right.
good read.
It
With
is.
that, I'm glad you spoke on that. With that being said, for those that may be down and things like that, don't know how to uplift themselves, might need a little woman's motivation. You know what I'm saying? What can you give to them? You know what I'm saying? What jewels can you give them? What fat can you put on their brains to help them with thyself, because we all need a little motivation. I don't care who you are, what you going through, what the day going like, good, bad, ugly, clear, whatever. We all need that good motivation and inspiration in time. So for those watching and stuff that just, hey man, things might not be where they feel they should be at the moment, or things not going exactly how they feel they should be going at the moment, or whatever like that. With all the things that you done been through with your timeline and stuff, and we all know it's not our time, it's God's timing. So what can you tell them to keep them from, saying, man, hey, forget this. Hey man, even if it's something you did yourself, but just something you can give them, tell them, hey man, look, the fight is not yours. Just give it up, and everything else gonna come as you need it to.
Like God said, always you roll your cares out on Him. Roll all your worries and cares out on Him. So my advice to give to a lot of them that may have been going through what I was going through: don't give up on you. Never ever, no matter what, if you are facing losing yourself and you are seeing the sights of losing yourself, it's
Say
time
that
for
one
you
more
to
time. Don't do what?
don't ever give up on you.
Man.
Once you give up on you, you're giving up on God.
Ooh.
And when you give up on God, that's when the enemy attacks. So just never give up on you. Never ever.
But
Always
no.
say.
Hold up, when you give up on God, that means the enemy done won.
Right.
He attacking while you going through your shit. He
Right.
attacking, but when you done gave up, oh, you done gave him the win. Oh, man.
But see, the battle is not ours, it's God's.
Correct.
So with that being said, why do we worry? If you are a firm believer in God and you know what God is going to do for you, why do we worry?
Because as humans, we put everything on human time.
So we're putting it on human time, but we're saying that we believe in God. So we're not firm believers in God. We're just saying that we believe in God. But are we putting our faith? Because that's when you're putting your faith in God.
Well, humans, we feel as if our timing and God's timing
It's
supposed to be on the same time.
And that's where we mess up at. Because, see, God's timing is the perfect timing. Our timing could be where we feel like it should be right now. But that's not true. I was once like that. And I had to sit and I had to realize, oh, no, the reason why a lot of things weren't going right for me in my life was because I was rushing it. And if I'm rushing it and God telling me no, I said go left. Why are you going right? Then he going to say, all right, I'm going to put a halt to it. So he put a halt to it. And when he put a halt, it was like, okay, God, what am I doing? But he was telling me I forgot about him. He said, I can't move forward with you because you're forgetting about me. And when I forget about him, how can he help me?
Right.
So therefore now I know what life is. I know who I am in Christ. And a lot of things that I am looking forward to that's coming aboard, it's all God.
Speaking into that, you know what I'm saying? What can, you know what I'm saying, the people look forward to on Big Ash? You know, I'm a whole one announcement, but you know, what can the people be looking for with Big Ash, not the little?
Spit went down the wrong pipe. Anyway, you're going to have to cut that one out.
Sip some of that Stella.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, you know, that's when, hey man,
Okay.
know, when they ask what you about to be doing, and something big happens, you know, something big about to come, you losing breath.
Yes.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
So you can look forward to me being on Heart of a Hustler 2. Shout out to Snoop. Shout out to Low Key. I have a photo shoot coming up that's being put together. It's a lot of things that are lined up for me. I can't do nothing but thank them and thank God.
Indeed.
Yeah, they, you know, I've been pulling myself out of my element. I put it like that, you know. I didn't want to do no acting. Yeah, cause my comfort zone home, but you know, they put me out there, and he was like, "You gonna do it? You got this. You got this." And I did the acting, and I loved it. You know, at times, you know, you'd be like, "I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. That ain't me." But sometimes it's just more of the enemy trying to manipulate you. So I've been doing my thing. Yeah.
So they go see you more on the acting.
Yes.
Acting, if nothing else, you know.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure.
You say, you know, what about personal, adventures, school, nurse,
Oh.
doctors type?
I am progressing with a colleague, and she's got a lot going on that I am helping, and she is doing that I can't do nothing but thank God for. That it's gonna require me to do a little bit of moving, and I can't do nothing but thank her for that. That's gonna be a big movement for me. We've been, talking about it, putting things together, and she got a lot, and she's very well off, and she really wants me on board with what she has going on as far as the wound care business, and I'm with it.
Y'all wounds will be cared for. You know what I'm saying? Y'all
Yeah.
wounds will be cared for.
Yeah,
That's all I can say. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Hey, that's big moves right there.
right.
When it comes to helping lives, we're trying to
Ugh.
better it for the people. You know what I'm saying?
All the time.
We're trying to better
All
it
the
for
time.
the people. Hey, man, look, man. Hey, y'all not gonna be seeing me, you know what I'm saying, by myself no more up on this mug, you know what I'm saying? I know, you know.
More to come.
More to come.
More to
Lindsay,
come.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have my big dog with me, you know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be more to come that y'all go see, you know what I'm saying? I don't just say things, I'd rather put it into action. I told them I was gonna get on the screen. I did. You know what I'm saying? I didn't say who was gonna be on the podcast and nothing like that. Next thing you know what I'm saying? Wildlife Magic, you know what I'm saying? First shout out, I gotta give a shout out before anything, man, to my homegirl out in the cold, cause my nigga put me on the game and put me in the game with some shit. So I'm forever, you know what I'm saying, in deal with my nigga and her team. Then you know what I'm saying, Big Ash, I'm forever in deal with my nigga, cause hey man, look, I get shit that you niggas can't get, you know what I'm saying? Look, I work for this.
Ooh.
I Father, Black Jesus. I work for this Black Jesus. If this was an Academy Award, I did it.
You did it. You did it.
You
You
know.
did it.
A lot of people couldn't do it.
You got me.
But Stella, we did it, Stella Cruella. We did it. We did it. It's more to come.
It's more to come, and I will be on board with whatever, and we're gonna talk about exclusive things that we've never talked about before, and this is gonna be great. It's gonna be epic. I'll tell you that.
It is. Hey, look, y'all. Before we get up out of here and stuff like that, hey, man, the next thing we talking about is survivor's remorse. You want to talk about something, get at me. You want to share a story, get at me. Hey, man, a lot of people have been through stuff, man. Now, all BS aside, man, hey, we've all come to places in life where we've bettered ourselves.
Yeah.
And we have people around us who haven't, who basically still are destroying themselves. We've gotten better while they're destroying themselves. And we go around these people and we kind of start destroying ourselves, not understanding that, we love them, but we can't love people to the point that we destroy ourselves. I gotta love you to the point that I pick you up from destroying yourself. You know what I'm saying? But I can't destroy me because I'm feeling that remorse that I made it out, that I survived, that I made it through. So if you know somebody like that, if you going through that, man, if you been through it, man, you know what's up, man. Hey, man, survivor's remorse is some serious stuff.
It is. And that's why I said, and I came on, I was vulnerable as I could be. There's more to say, and I we're gonna just keep going. But like I said, I couldn't do it unless I healed first, and I healed. So give a shout out to you, P-Shoo, King-Shoo, what they call him.
My nigga Shoe, gotta give a shout out
Love
to
you, baby.
my nigga Shoe. Hey, support. I gotta give a shout out to all my peoples that's rocking. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my familiar, the roadheads, cause them boys be holding me down. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, and shout out to everybody that's, hey man, trying to do something, man. Everybody that's trying to do something with yourself. That's not out here hating on the next. That's not out here going at war with people for no reason and all that, man. Shout out to y'all, cause you can be out here doing anything messed off. You can be out here hating on people and all that, but you deciding to be positive. You deciding to do something with yourself. Hey man, keep that up.
Shout out to my brother Bolo. Love you always.
You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Any other shout outs, anything like that, you know what I'm saying?
I shouted out my brother Tello. Shouted out sis, baby queen. Oh, big thanks to mom. Sis, love y'all. More to come. I love y'all, and I'm so grateful to have y'all in my life.
Mama, I love you. B.O.P. hold it down. Hey.
Our moms, I don't know what I be doing.
No, I'm talking about T-Lady. T-Lady, I love it. Hold it down.
Right.
We gonna catch y'all on the next episode of Podcast Live, man. Big ass.
Peace
Young
out.
Spanky Johnson, we up out of here, man. Holla.